Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to say, call Alayim, Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone who taught us this truth. Shalom and salutations to the hopeful elect Akim out there, spreading the gospel throughout the four corners of the earth in sincerity and truth and presenting their bodies as a living sacrifice, as the scriptures teach us to do. You know, following the example of the apostles and the elders. Shalom to the Aquaf, the very, very, very few sisters that do listen up as well. I'm the brother Yarmaya from the Great Millstone Chicago camp, basically coming back to you with another lesson. And this lesson is concerning not slacking, all right, and it's concerning doing the work for brothers that's in the brotherhood. You know, the Lord said in the scriptures that he will punish the men of Jerusalem that settled upon their lees. And we don't want to be a part of that punishment. We want to be the men that make it out of here on the first round draft pick. And we also don't want to be those ones that get this thing and fall out and be like a dog returning to that vomit. But you must do the work, man. You know, it's a saying in the world. It says when you think about quitting or slacking, you have to remember when you started. Well, you have to remember why you started, man. You have to go back to that first love, man. You really have to be passionate about this thing and be on fire. Because when we first come into this thing, we be on fire, man. And you know, but at the same time, being in this thing, you got to be example for the men that's under you, because we lead for the front. You know, we leading from the front in this thing, all right, and we following the path, but ultimately we leading for the front, and because we leading our own journeys. But we really have to understand that the Lord has given us the permission to save ourselves. You know, if we endure not to save ourselves, but to get salvation, if we endure to the end by following him. But the biggest thing of that is feeding the flock and not only doing the lessons. Like in GMS Chicago, for example, you know, we do the group meet. You know, we got scriptures of the day. You know, a brother will post a scripture, for example. And I'm sure other brothers do it too, but I'm just giving you an example. And we post precepts that go to that to convict the fact, you know. So eight, 9 brothers posting precepts and history and subjects that got something to do with the precept of the day. You're supposed to be on that. You're supposed to be on your readings. You're supposed to be on your videos. You're supposed to be going to your classes whenever the brothers get together and break bread and have class or go out. This is all part of the work, and it's an example because you're an example to the flock, not only of those that's coming in, but the brothers that are actually in, all right, and need to see great leaders over them, you know. And I'm going to get one of my favorite scriptures. I bring it out all the time, and this is Ecclesiastes 9 and 10, it says, whatsoever thou findest thy hand to do, do it with thy might. For there is no work, nor device, nor knowledge, nor wisdom in the grave, whether thou goest. Like the brother Yasharallah say, this is the last time we going to get before the kingdom come to kick this word, to do righteousness. We got to do it with all our might, and the flock is watching. This is Acts 20 and 27. It says, for I have not shunned to declare to you all the counsel of Yahweh. Because in GMS, man, starting with the apostles on down, you're going to get the good, the bad, and the ugly. But you're ultimately going to know this is a dead, serious, set thing. All right, it says, take heed, therefore, unto yourselves and unto the flock over which the Holy Ghost has made you overseers, to feed the church of God, which he hath purchased with his own blood. So the Lord didn't die for a nigga to be lazy, man, or give up, or feel like quitting. He told you he's not unrighteous, all right, to forget our labor of love. Matter of fact, let me get this real quick. And this is Hebrews 10 and 38. It says, cast not away therefore your confidence, which have a great recompense of reward. Your faith, man. It says, for ye have need of patience, that after ye have done the will of Yahweh, ye might receive the promise. So that's what's going on. You do it the will of Yahweh. The Lord has given us the ability to deal, all right, and to become saviors. That's why he says, saviors with an S shall come from Mount Zion, all right. This is James 5 and 19. It says, brethren, if any of you do err from the truth and one convert him, let him know that he which converted the sinner from the error of his way shall save his soul from death and shall hide a multitude of sins. So the scriptures say love covers up all sins, because this is the real labor of love. All right, and we want those sins to be blotted out. We want the sure mercies of David. We want to be able to touch gold and not be defiled with it. We want to be those holy righteous and elect men. And the Lord gave us the ability to do and see these things, and we must do them with all our might, man. It ain't no slacking in this, man. You know, the apostle elder to always bring out the revelations. I'd rather thou be hot nor cold by the words of Yahweh Shai himself. But if you lukewarm, I will spit you out of his mouth. And this is one of the apostles' other favorites. And I'm going to end it with this, Yahweh Ratazah. And in fact, I got one more after this, because this is a fight. This is Luke 9:62. It says, and Yahweh Shai said unto him, no man having put forth his hand to the plow and looking back is fit for the kingdom of Yahweh. No man. No man. And this is the will of God. Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai gave us the ability to do this. Do it with all thy might. Matter of fact, let me get this. This is 1 Maccabees 1:59. He said, it is better for us to die in battle than to behold the calamities of our people in our sanctuary. So if we want to go out swinging, it said, nevertheless, as the will of Yahweh is in heaven, so let him do. So this is you don't want the Lord to wake you up for this, all right, to shut you down. You want the Lord to wake you up for this, to rise you up in that first round draft pick. But nevertheless, whatever the will of the Lord is, I'm going out fighting. Yahweh Ratazah. Brothers, go out fighting, man, and know you have a flock to lead and know you have responsibilities, man. Call Alalium, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone, and to the hopeful elect Akim out there. Endure. Hey, and Shalom, fight, endure. You have responsibilities, man. Feed the flock.